Hi everyone. Recently, LlamaIndex team has released one project called RAGs, which is nothing but retrieval augmented generation. So basically, it is a chat GPT over your data. So you might have seen the OpenAI has recently released something called GPTs. So GPTs is like you can build a custom chat GPT for yourself. So if you haven't seen the GPTs, so basically GPTs have something called GPT Builder, where you can provide instructions in the natural language to create the chatbot, and or you can also give some configuration, like you can call an external API and all of those things. So basically, you can use the natural language and you can build the chatbot that can answer questions from your data and maybe some APIs, something like that, right? And what LlamaIndex team did, they try to do the similar functionality. And so basically, what they come up with, right? So we're gonna have some kind of a Streamlit application, where you're gonna have something called the RAG builder, where you can use the natural language, provide instructions, and basically we can change it certain configuration, and ultimately you're gonna get the RAG agent, basically nothing but a Streamlit chatbot which can answer questions from your data, right? So this is actually the GitHub repo for that particular project, which is very recent actually, and we're gonna try this thing and see how good it is. So we're gonna follow this step by steps what we have here. So basically, as it is written here, we're gonna get actually one Streamlit app that lets us that gonna help us create the RAG pipeline that can interact with our document. So basically we can describe our task, and then we can change the configuration, and then we can start using the chatbot. So let's do this thing. So first of all, we need to clone this project and install the requirement. So I'm gonna clone this project. So let me clone this project. Okay, so I use, let's say, git clone, and I'm gonna clone this particular project. So I got this folder called rags, which has the project. Before this folder, I had one PDF file which actually gonna use for the this particular demo purpose. So right, so I have the rags here. Maybe I can put that PDF inside the same folder so that okay, so that PDF also I have here, right? So you could see we got some project here which had some, maybe the requirement files. You could see it requires Streamlit and these other libraries. And basically, we have a Streamlit application. So let's not get into the code first, but rather follow the step-by-step approach and install it, right? So the next thing we want to actually install the requirements. So maybe I will simply use the pip install. Let's go into the folder first, and let me do the pip install hyphen r the requirements files, this one. Okay, let's install the requirements. Make sure you have the upgraded Streamlit version, because since it is based on Streamlit, most of the requirements will be already there, I guess. It's just gonna, so it's also gonna require, I guess, LangChain, because internally it will be using the LLMs models. So let this installation complete. Maybe we can go through and see what's next. Okay, we got some error there. Then once we install the requirement, we need to make sure we put our OpenAI key, because under the hood it's actually using okay, basically it is here mentioned that it is inspired from the GPTs. That's fine. The under the hood it is using the OpenAI model to generate the agent. So we're gonna require the OpenAI key. Peeps dependency, I think, yeah, that's fine. So the project, so we have installed those dependencies, and maybe let's say we can run this is the Streamlit application. So if you look at the documentation, we need to run this file, one home or something, this particular file, right? So let's run the Streamlit application. Streamlit run this one, right? And when you run this file, you could see that it is not able to find maybe the secrets where it can find the OpenAI key, right? So let me close this, stop this run, and let's follow the instruction and create that what it is required. Let's go back here, and we need to create this particular file. So let's go and create file here. I go to the rags, go to the new file, and give that path. So we got this dots Streamlit, and then we got this secrets.toml. which is nothing but where you could specify your it's like an environmental file kind of a thing where we could specify our keys. So I got one key for this is demo. Let me copy paste that key here. Okay, so we got this secrets or terminal, whatever this thing. Let me again run Streamlit and see whether we are able to successfully run this time. Okay, I think we didn't get any error. So this is what you get, a rag builder kind of a thing, so where you could use some natural language instructions and we should be able to actually generate the chatbot for ourselves, right? So you could see we could specify something like task like this. Let's see what it says. Use this page to build the rag bot over your data, right? Once the agent is finished creating, check out the rag config. So we can go here. Let's see rag config. We can see there will be some configuration here. We can see the generate. Currently there is no agent generated yet. Basically the rag agent is nothing but our chatbot that we're gonna create. So let's go to the home section and maybe we can start using natural instructions, see whether we could create the agent, right? Let's say I can say that let's say I want to say I want to build chatbot that can answer from PDF file. That's what I want to build. So I think under the hood it's gonna use maybe this OpenAI call or whatever those things. Okay, so it is asking me, can I give the PDF file path? So I put the, so it is currently able to take that local file, actually the local PDF file. So I have this file is here itself. Maybe I just, since it is in the same folder, I can give the path of the file as a name. So I would say the file path, maybe this, and let's say whether it is able to do that thing. Maybe we can see what's happening under the hood. So you can see it is calling a function to load data with the arguments, and it has taken file name as whatever the file that I have provided, and see whether it is able to run the thing. The data from the PDF this has been loaded successfully. Now let's move on to the next step, really. So I think, yeah, I think data loaded successfully. Here we can see under the hood what's happening. Now what it is asking, whether I would like to make any changes or set any parameters. So let me ask you, show me parameters first of all. Okay, there is some spelling mistake, but I hope it understand that I'm asking for the parameters. Okay, so it is showing me these are the parameters. Maybe I would say make top k as a 3 instead of 2, and I would say maybe I decrease the chunk size, and then I would say the chunk size as 512, because you could see it is 1024. And let's do this thing and see what happens. So now parameters have been successfully updated. So we can see now the top k is set to 3 and the chunk size is 512. Let's see whether they are really updated. So we can go to the rack config where we should see those parameters. So we can see the top k has been set to 3 and the chunk size is 512, right? Agent not created. Please create the agent. Still the agent is not created, right? Let's see. When we ask to change the parameter internally, it is calling a function called set rack parameters with this particular arguments. The problem, let's go back to the the rack builder, and next we can create the system prompt for the chatbot. What would you like the prompt to be? You can describe the task you want the chatbot, such as answering frequently asked questions about I want, let's say, bot should answer any questions from PDF doc. That's it, simple. And I think it is updating the prompt. So I think it has updated the prompt. Let's go and see whether we see the prompt here. Yes, so it has come up with the prompt. See, this is how it is saying, the PDF document, when responding queries, you must consistently utilize the tools. So I think it has certain tools, like LlamaIndex has the tools internally, and it's gonna, so tools are nothing but some functions that you can, specify, I guess. So let me go back to again the builder, and what now it is saying, now that we have the data loaded, we got the parameters set, and the system prompt also created, we can proceed to build agent, right? Okay, let's build agent. So let's build agent, and currently we don't have agent, right? So if you see, the agent is not generated yet, so the rag builder is taking all the required information from us, right? Okay, I think it got reloaded. Okay, maybe let's I say build agent, and it should be able to now create the, the rag agent, which should be answering, let's say, questions from the document that we have given. We can check what document actually, I have. Let me show you the document what I got, which is basically a dummy. I created some e-commerce FAQ questions where it has questions related to maybe whether can I modify my order, or maybe related to the return policy or something like that, right? So you could see the return policy is 30 days, something like that. Let's go back to the thing. I think it has created the agent. Is there anything I would say I'm good? And now we should be able to, okay. So let's go back to the agent now. I think agent got created because we are looking at this particular agent, and we can now ask question to that agent. So let's see whether it is able to answer from this particular document, right? So basically we have created now a bot using the natural language, and we describe what it should do, right? Maybe we ask the same question. Okay, what is written policy? Maybe I would say as per doc, what is written policy? And we can check under the hood what's happening. So it is calling a function which is nothing but the vector tool. Basically it's going to be a vector index, and like wrap around a query engine kind of a thing. And you could see, we are calling the vector index with the keyword called return policy, and it's gonna retrieve, I think it got output also. Let's look at the UI. So it is saying the 30 days thing, and we could see that it is a 30 days thing, right? So I can ask other questions. I can ask something like, can I modify order? Let's see. I ask about the can I modify order. Again, we can check vector tool with args, modify order. Orders can be modified within 1 hour of the placement, right? And that's correct. If you look at, yeah, 1 hour of the placement, and it is able to find the thing and answer you. Now let's say here we could see, these are the couple of options we have here, but at the moment we didn't include the summarization. It is a true false, so we can on off the summarization. Let's say if we ask summarize PDF, what it will do, and maybe we could see under the hood what's happening. It is still using the vector tool. You see, it actually should not search something like summarize PDF, and it is trying to find something from the document. Okay, actually, but basically it should use the summarization tool. So it is searching this, embedding the summarize PDF thing, and we got account management, product information, privacy, and something returns and refunds. I think it is still able to, because we are retrieving the 512 three chunks, and basically the final prompt should be able to summarize whatever the three chunks what it has written. But ideally more sophisticated ways, actually there is something called summarization tool which we should on. So if you go to the rack config, we could include summarization. Let's say we use include summarization, and maybe we can update the agent. Okay, so earlier when we asked the question related to the summarization, it used the vector tool. Now what will happen, let's go back and ask same question like summarize PDF, and let's see, because now we got special tool which we enabled, right, which is summarization option. And let's see, now if you see summary tool with the args, this particular, uh, what do you call, this particular tool now it is calling, which is specifically designed for, let's say, summary, and maybe we get the same answer. But this is the way maybe we should actually, so document that provides answer from frequently asked questions about e-commerce website. It covers topic like ordering, payment options, shipping and delivery, and this is okay, pretty good. Um, Kind of thing. So maybe we can compare both the option, but this is what we should do. And this all information actually here. So if you look at the description here, that you can, set the prompt, you can decide whether you want to include summarization or not. Maybe, I think you can supported LLMs and embedding. You could see what it is supported at the moment. You got the OpenAI, Anthropic, Replicate, and maybe we could use one of the Hugging Face kind of thing. At the moment, I think it is using embedding by default. I think this is from OpenAI embedding, but it can also support the Hugging Face model. So maybe we can further later experiment. So this is typically good. Like we just get nice Streamlit application which has these options and parameters, and we can modify the code also, I guess. So whatever it's happening, you could say it has a small code base. So you could see the Streamlit file, that what you see is this file, particularly the build rag bot powered by this and that. You can look at the agent utilities here, what's happening under the hood. Got resolve this. So there is a call, these are the classes, load data. You can see the load data supports, I think it is support web page also. So let's try web page and see. So maybe I would say, let me go back to the home page where we were building, and let's say I think I tried this. Let's say I got some web page here related to the e-commerce, and I say, include this web page content also, and we give the link of, right, that particular thing, and let's see under the hood we could see something what's happening. Hmm. So it is calling load data with the argument, and then it has taken the URLs that we have taken, and it has loaded data successfully from that URL. Okay, now what, we can go back. If you need anything adjust setting, no, we are good, right? uh, I think we are good here. We don't need to make any parameter changes. We go back to again agent, and maybe let's say we ask questions based on that URL, which has the type of e-commerces, which has the business to consumer, consumer to business, something like this. So let's go and see, what are types of e-commerce. And I'm just thinking, let's look at what's happening. So it is calling vector tool because we got those already details out there. Good, it is able to get those types, right, which we just saw: consumer to business, business to business. So we are able to update the bot with the new URL. Let's see whether it is able to retrieve the previous information. So now we just tested the you know the new web page that we added, but we need to make sure it is still able to access the PDF document that we have earlier added there, right? So let's ask something else from that PDF also. What type of maybe what are the shipping cost, how long does it take to delivery? Okay, this might, let's ask this one to make sure whether it is still able to answer from the PDF also. Hmm. Again, vector tool, how long does delivery take? Okay, why it is taking time? Maybe it will be interesting to look at the code and see what's happening, under the hood all the time. It has a code and we can check. Oh, it is still running. What happened? How long does delivery take? Okay, not sure why it is taking this much time. Is it OpenAI busy, or not sure? Should I stop the run and then again try? Maybe. I think so. Let's stop the run maybe. Oh, it's not gonna stop. Oh, sorry, we got the answer actually, So we just stopped actually before that, but I think we got the answer under the hood. You could see we have got the answer that delivery takes 3 to 5 business days, and the domestic order is 7 to 14 days. Sorry, domestic 3 to 5 and the international 7 to 14. Is this correct? Yes, it's correct. So basically, it is able to, maybe there was some glitch, to get the answer, but I think it is able to do both the things. So we tried first the PDF, then we updated the bot with the new information, like we give a web page URL, and we then saw, okay, it is able to answer both the previous information and the new information, right? It does some glitch maybe, right? So you guys can try and see, this is interesting. I would say we should try actually other than OpenAI. So if we're gonna use it as an alternative to GPTs, maybe we can treat it as a fully open source options, right? The open source embedding, open source LLM, and that would be interesting to try. Working pretty good. Like I just think like I got the better UI to play with. I could reuse actually this thing for and it's since I built application for the client, it's good for them that they got some options where they could play with. I hope you found these video interesting. Maybe there is something glitch because I just stop it. I hope you found this video useful. You guys try and let me know, right? How you find these rags in new functionality, what llama index has come up with. Thank you very much.